Choosing to move your family down under is always a risky decision. But would you be prepared to gamble leaving your home, your job and loved ones behind just to find out if the grass is greener on the other side of the world? For Claire Green, Australia offers a chance of a dream job.
There's no job opportunities here just now, so that's why we're looking at going to Australia.
But for the rest of the family, the sacrifices could be huge.
A life here in the UK is perfect. I couldn't ask for any more.
So will emigrating be a remedy?
I could definitely get used to this. Same here.
Or an emergency waiting to happen?
Oh, I don't like it.
Can they bring themselves to make the toughest choice of their lives?
We don't take risks, but maybe we need to start.
I just don't know what's best for them anymore now.
Australia is the most popular destination for Brits emigrating abroad. They may be tempted by the promise of a better life on the other side of the world, but the reality of leaving behind everything and everyone can turn that dream into a nightmare. The Greens face the choice of a lifetime, whether to swap their lives in Scotland for a new start in Australia. They'll have 1 week to find out if the reality of life in Oz can measure up to their hopes before they make their big decision. After a 48-hour marathon flying over 10,000 miles, the Green family finally touched down in Australia, tired but excited.
Trip was great. Flights were fantastic. It's a long time because obviously we had to start off on 2 days ago nearly to travel down here on the train and then get 2 planes. I can't wait to just get out and see a bit of Australia and see what it's like.
Ahead is a week that could decide their future, whether here or back home in Fife, Scotland. Firefighter Rob Green and his wife Claire share a happy home with their children, 11-year-old Robin and Mia, who's 7.
I mean, I've got to say, our life here in the UK is perfect. I couldn't ask for any more. You know, nice house, I've got a job that I love. Claire's just about qualified to be a nurse and get a degree, which is amazing.
But for Claire, the future isn't so bright.
Yay! I'm studying for a degree in nursing, but unfortunately, in the climate we're at just now in Scotland, there's not going to be a job for me at the end of it. So.
Claire's hoping to begin a new career in Australia, but for Rob, that could mean the end of a job he loves.
I love it. I love coming to work. The guys that I work with are fantastic. If we do go to Australia, this is what I'd have to give up. You can't be a firefighter in Australia by transferring in. You have to be a permanent resident first, and you have to go through the application process and essentially go right back to the start.
But they both want to find out if Australia could provide the whole family with a better future.
The reason that we're thinking about going to Australia, and the only reason mainly, is for job prospects, not just for myself, but obviously for the children when they grow up.
If I can give them a better opportunity than they can have in this country, it's my duty to try and help them on their way and at least have a look and see if there's a possibility.
They know that leaving won't come easy for anyone, but especially for Claire.
Within a mile radius, we've got Claire's mum and dad, we've got brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, and obviously friends as well, all within, you know, a 5-minute walk, literally.
Even though he's really close to my family now, it's me that's going to be leaving my family.
I think that would be the single hardest thing that we'd have to deal with.
Ahead is the biggest test the family will ever face, and both Rob and Claire know what's at stake.
We don't do risk. We just don't do risk. This is completely off the wall. This is, say, standing on the edge of a cliff looking over and trying to decide whether or not to jump.
The Greens have based their happiness on one simple rule, but it's a rule they'll have to break if they decide their future really does lie down under. With its golden beaches, bright lights and big city glamour, the Greens are visiting Sydney. They're keen to find out if Australia's best-known city could offer them the future they dream of for the family. Base for the week will be the Northern Beaches, an idyllic area that's home to its fair share of millionaires, and for the next week, one bleary-eyed family from Fife. It's the first time any of the Greens have ever set foot in Australia, so will their new home get them off to a good start?
Wow. Wow. The size. So big.
Wow.
Lovely.
It's really nice. That's a proper family living room, isn't it?
Yeah.
This is stunning.
This would be amazing for parties.
That would be.
Quick, I'm picking first bedroom. I'm picking it.
Mine.
No, that's my
No,
room.
that's my room.
No,
That'll be your
That's my
rooms.
room.
we're sharing a room.
Well, I'm thinking might be another room over here.
Yep.
This will be our room.
Oh, that's my room.
Oh, wow. Oh, look at wardrobe.
I want it.
Well done. Perfect house.
I'm so happy.
Their new home for the week certainly fits the bill, but it should, at $2.5 million. So, are they in for a shock when they see what they can afford?
I'm hoping they don't show me houses like this, because then that's just going to really make your decision unbearable to sort
Yeah,
of
because this is
think
just
about
such
it.
a beautiful house.
You can't imagine being able to afford anything like this, ever.
No, no way.
The Greens hope that selling their home in Fife will help them afford their ideal property in Sydney. But faced with the reality of living in one of the most expensive cities in the world, well, it could be a big ask. Back in the UK, the Greens live in a 4-bedroom detached property in Lochelie, West Fife. They believe it's worth £160,000, but if they can both find jobs in Australia, they could afford a budget of £180,000. But if the Greens are going to be persuaded to move, their new home will have to offer plenty of temptations.
We love open plan living.
We'd need at least 4 bedrooms.
The ideal would be to have a pool.
Everybody wants a swimming pool, don't they?
Today, we'll give the Greens a taste of Sydney's housing market. We'll show them 3 options based upon what they want from their ideal home, what they can afford, and the real cost of property down under. After seeing for themselves what's on offer, we'll reveal to the Greens just how much each house costs. The first property is in the suburb of Mona Vale on the outskirts of Sydney. Mona Vale is a family area and thriving shopping district with a cafe culture and stunning beaches. This 2-bedroom apartment is just 500 metres from the water, which should appeal to the outdoor-loving Greens. But will it offer the wide open space indoors too?
It's alright. Very light and bright. Your kitchen's smaller.
It's
Very small.
really small. Where would you eat?
No, there's no dining room, is there?
I couldn't eat on the couch.
Couldn't eat off your knee all the time.
No.
First impressions aren't great, so it's outside to check out the balcony.
It's a bit small.
You wouldn't be having parties out here, I don't think.
No.
It's quite noisy as well. Isn't it? You've got the road next to it, main road.
I want to be able to sit around a table.
Yeah, you'd want to be able to sit out here and sunbathe and eat outside and things like that, wouldn't you?
Not the party area they were looking for, and with just 2 bedrooms, it's looking like a tight squeeze for everyone.
It's compact.
Oh, yeah. Oh, bathroom. That's the smallest bath in the world. It's just a better room.
Yeah, but it's a better room, but you would have to put the 2 girls in here. And we'd have to have the tiny room.
Yeah. Not for us, this one, I don't think.
No, definitely not.
No.
It's slightly worrying now, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's brought us down with a bang.
This apartment has left the Greens cold, and they haven't even seen its price. Will the cost make up for all that's missing?
Ready?
Go for it. Okay.
Wow.
£267,000.
$400,000. Well, what could we buy in Scotland for that? You know.
Half a castle. Pretty
Yeah.
much. But that's a lot of money for not very much space for us.
Yeah.
Need more space.
£87,000 over budget, and it doesn't even begin to meet their needs. It's a big setback. What do the girls think?
I think if we were both smaller, we could maybe fit, but as the size we are now, I don't think we could. Yeah, because you snore. You fart. You flirt too. I do know. Yes, you do. I do know. Yes, you do. No, I don't. Yes, you do. I don't.
So, plenty of reasons not to like the first property, but the second is just round the corner. This first floor apartment is still close to the beach, but it's in a quieter location, which may go down better. However, can it make up for their disappointment with the first one?
Oh, this is nice.
Oh, this is bigger.
Wow. And there's no noisy cars.
It's not, it's a lot quieter.
It is so much quieter. This is... Oh, the kitchen.
It's a good size, you could have
You'd be able to have a dining area here.
Oh, you could.
But the whole point of coming to Australia was sitting outside, having a barbecue.
I know. To live in this area, I don't think we're going to get
No.
what we're looking for. So this might be the compromise we have to make.
Yeah, but you know I don't do compromise.
Yeah.
The balcony. This area's nicer, you know, it's quiet and...
We're near the beach, aren't we?
Yeah, you can hear the sea rather than the roads and the cars, but I don't know, it's...
Again, it's a compromise you got to make, I think.
It is a compromise.
How much space you get.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm prepared to make that compromise.
Yeah. What? Is it all wet?
No, it's worms.
Oh, it is worms.
Oh, it's loads of worms.
Oh, I don't like it. Oh.
Can the bathroom redeem the apartment, or is it already sunk?
What is it?
Remember the last bathroom that you said was the smallest bath in the world?
Okay.
No, it's not.
Oh my god.
We'll just leave now. We'll just leave now.
I don't think we need to see that bathroom much.
That's not a bath, that's a sink.
Again, finding the space they want in an apartment is a real issue, and with only the bedrooms left, it's not looking good.
Now, I know this is a bit cliche, right, but I really wanted a walk-in wardrobe.
So you want the walk-in wardrobe, a swimming pool, a massive house.
No, but I could quite fit the swimming pool, you know, but I want a walk-in wardrobe.
And this is the biggest bedroom.
Yeah.
So could the girls share this room?
Oh.
I don't think it's a family house. The kids couldn't have people staying over, we couldn't have families staying.
Nobody would come and visit us.
No, that's not a compromise that we could make, I don't think.
This apartment isn't what they want or need, and they still have to find out its price.
So you ready? This has got to be more than the last one.
Much more.
Much more, especially being close to the beach. Ready? $500,000. £334,000. I can't see that value in this house.
No.
You know, for having 2 bedrooms. For all, it's purely the location that would give it that value.
In Scotland, for the extra £60,000-70,000, we would have an extra bedroom. But
we'd have an extra house.
Yeah.
For such a small place, the price came as a real shock to the Greens. Some drastic action is needed, so we're moving further out of the city to try and get more for their money. The final house involves a boat trip across the Pittwater Estuary to Scotland Island, about 25 kilometres north of the city. If they choose to live here, this is how the Greens could commute to work and school.
Do you think you'd like to go to school by boat, Mia?
Yeah.
Would that be amazing?
As well as a boat ride, access to the third house is a short walk up the hill. This split-level timber home has views through the woodland to the water and should offer the Greens all the space they need. But is it worth the journey?
Oh, wow.
Oh, this is more like it. It's much more like what I imagined.
Yeah, this is more what I wanted. Proper seating area.
Oh, proper, yeah.
And it's just all open plan. It's great.
It's great. And the kitchen's bigger than the ones we've seen.
Yeah.
That's probably bigger than the one in the house we're in.
Ah, look. You don't need a kitchen.
Oh,
proper cooking area. That's amazing.
Oh, wow, garden as well. Big garden.
Wow.
This is great. You can imagine having a party and a meal out here and things.
Nothing like I expected to see.
No, nothing at all. Nothing at all. Just goes to show, doesn't it?
This house seems to be going down far better, with plenty of space on offer. But are there enough bedrooms for everyone?
Good sized bedroom.
This is plenty of space, isn't it?
Yeah.
Really good size.
Oh yeah, it's really good.
Yeah, I think this would be Robin's bedroom.
Would it?
Probably.
Think
There might
so.
only be 2 bedrooms.
Yeah, this might be it.
Yeah, sorry.
Don't think so though.
The girls will be disappointed if there are only 2 bedrooms, but there's still a lot to see. Or is there?
Why would you not have a proper bath?
I don't know. I don't even think we could fit a Mia in there.
OK, not the biggest bath in the world, but there's one more room that should be a welcome sight.
Hey, wow, it's a big 3rd bedroom.
Wow, that is big.
With a walk-in wardrobe.
Yay!
So it is.
Wow.
Oh,
It's like massive.
Cool. This is much more.
This is,
what I thought.
yeah, you could have a party here.
Definitely.
Big party too.
A big party too, yeah.
It looks as if the Greens have found their ideal home, with all the room and features they could want. All that's left is to find out its price.
I don't want to look at this one.
Come on.
No.
You need to.
If you don't know.
You need to know.
Okay.
Wow. Still a lot of money. £400,000. Still a lot of money.
Less than I expected.
No, a lot less than I expected.
I thought it'd be about
compared to what we looked at
Yeah.
earlier on.
It's still a lot of money and there's still a lot of compromises.
There is. I mean, there is only sort of 3 bedrooms.
One shower.
But it just goes to show what you can get for your money if you move out a little bit further.
Once I'm on my full wage and you're
Yeah.
working on your full wage, this is something we could afford.
It is. I mean, it's a realistic sort of price. It's still a lot of money, but sort of medium term, you know, it's certainly realistic.
Yeah. I would be happy moving to something like this.
Plus, it's called Scotland Island.
I know.
That's
Well,
pretty
this is it. Scotland to Scotland.
Viewing houses in Sydney has been a real wake-up call for the Greens, but they still believe the dream is within their grasp. The first apartment fell well short of their needs and the price left them shocked. Although the second was better placed, they couldn't see any value for money. Finally, house number 3 offered the Greens everything they were looking for, but it came with a hefty price tag. So, after a day of house hunting, have they been impressed enough to give up their home in Fife?
Okay, so we've seen 3 properties today, and now it's time for us to vote.
UK! You're so well done, UK.
I didn't think you two would vote that way. You not like this last house?
I liked the last house, but the 2 apartments, I couldn't share a room with me.
You couldn't share a room with me?
Yeah, I couldn't live without a bath.
No.
No, she couldn't live without a bath.
No,
Oh,
no.
well, that's good. What about you?
Well, I just think when you compare the houses that we've seen today compared to ours, and for the price you'd have to pay, there isn't really a comparison. I mean, this last house was beautiful, stunning, but there was still a compromise. There was only 3 bedrooms, there was only 1 bathroom. The houses are lovely, but just too expensive. It would be cool to live on an island, though.
It would be cool to live in Scotland Island, even.
Yeah.
That's even cooler.
Where are you going? Scotland!
With its eye-watering price tags, Sydney's property market has left the Greens feeling blue. If their dream home is to become anything more, both Rob and Claire will need Sydney to offer good work opportunities and big city salaries. With concern about getting a job in Scotland, Claire has come to a local care home to find out about working down under. She's arranged to meet the care manager, Pat Smith, to show her around.
Lovely, I can't believe how nice it is.
Claire is about to qualify as a nurse and is hoping that Australia will provide not only the right job, but a career.
Okay, Claire, so this is Jean, our resident. Jeannie, this is Claire.
Hello, Jane, nice to meet you.
Hello, Claire.
How are you
Nice
today?
to meet you. I'm not bad for an old girl.
Oh, I'm sure you're fine. I'm over from Scotland visiting,
Oh,
having a
right.
look around to see what it's like to work and live here. So, is it okay if I watch Pat do your dressing
Of
today?
course it is.
That's excellent, thank you.
If you come to Australia, what would you like to do here?
Well, hopefully have as much fun as possible. That's the main priority. But I qualify as a nurse really soon, and there's no jobs in Scotland, so I would like to get a job as a nurse over here. And ideally, I would like to work in community or care of the elderly. I've not decided yet.
We could give her a job, couldn't
So
we,
you
Pat?
could think about that. It's
Yes,
a really good choice.
Yes, come and work with us.
Oh, I think I would maybe have fun here, actually.
I think so.
And so is this part of your role as well? Do you do all the
Yes, we do all
dressings?
dressings on skin tears or whatever needs to be dressed.
Because the care home that I work in Scotland just now, we would not be allowed to do the dressings and stuff. It would be district nurses that would come out. And
we do, for more serious wounds than that, we do get the home nurses in and they do those sort of dressings.
Yeah.
But for skin tears and something like this, and we do it.
The more hands-on approach is just what Claire was hoping for, but there's a few more questions to be answered to help make up her mind.
The hospital wards that I've worked on at home aren't very flexible. You don't find out your shifts till 2 weeks before, and it's 12 and a half hour shifts, so you work at 7 in the morning till 7:30 at night.
Well, I start at 3:30 in the afternoons, and I finish at 10 at night some of the days. Other days are 7:30 until 3:30.
And I think over here the wages are higher as well. Obviously the cost of living's higher, but back in Britain I would start about 21,000, which is about $30,000.
Yeah.
And I think, is it nurses?
I think it's around about 42 here.
$42,000. So there's $12,000
It's a big difference.
It is a big difference.
That's right.
Especially when I finish at 3:30 and I could go out to the beach for the
enjoy the sun. That's exactly right.
I really can't thank you enough for...
Good working hours and a better salary are attractive reasons to make the move. But have they made up for their tough start to the week?
After yesterday and seeing the houses, I was kind of like, no, not going. There's no way. I can't cope with living in Australia in a house like that. But speaking to my husband last night, we'd looked at maybe, renting would probably be a better possibility for us. And then after being here today, this is definitely the type of place I'd rather work, and I'd look forward to coming to work rather than just having to take any job that was available in Britain.
It looks as if Claire could have a promising career in Australia, but it comes with a big catch. In Australia, Rob wouldn't be able to transfer into the fire service for at least 2 years. And with life looking costly, he'd be forced to give up the job he loves and find paid employment elsewhere. Keeping his skills could be tough, but one option is joining the New South Wales Rural Fire Service, a volunteer-based force. So he's visiting a local base to find out what's involved.
Do you think my skills would be sort of use to the Rural Fire Service?
Oh look, I certainly think they would. Whilst it's not always possible to transfer straight from one country to another and have your skills recognised, certainly your practical skills that you've learnt and the experience you've had working in a fire service on the other side of the world will be of great use to Rural Fire Service. A lot of the principles are still the same, and you'll obviously have an understanding and a grasp of how emergency services work. So that will surely give you some kind of ability to fit in very quickly with what we do here.
After a quick chat, Rob's invited for a ride to check out the local area. And it's not long before he has the opportunity to rescue a damsel in distress.
So we've come across a motorist stranded at the side of the road here. I think she's run out of petrol. So we're just going to go and see if we can help in any way, because it's a really busy single carriageway road, and there could be an accident if we don't give them a hand.
It will be right. Here you go, you can jump in. Oh, that makes it easier. You can almost turn it around and put it on the other side right there.
It's the brakes.
Brakes. All right, we're out of here. Yeah. All in the name of helping the community.
Didn't expect to get a shout. I was only here for an hour or so, but no, it's good fun. Honorary member of the Rural Fire Service for 5 minutes there, so yeah.
Oh, we borrowed your muscles, thank you.
Yeah.
It's been an enjoyable experience, but could volunteering really compensate Rob for what he'd be giving up?
There's a lot more to the Rural Fire Service than I thought. I think I'd like to get involved with it if we do move over here. I don't know how much time I could devote to it, especially if both of us were working full time. I think it would be difficult.
With so much riding on his decision, he's faced with a dilemma: Claire's career or his own. Before they vote on work, Claire has some news to share.
Today I went for my work experience, and then when I went back in, I'd left my handbag. I went back in and she gave me her card and she said, let me know when you're finished, when you're qualified. I'll give you a job, no problem.
It's amazing. It's amazing that it would be that easy for you to get a job. It's certainly not like that in the UK, and it certainly won't be for the next how many years.
Yeah.
So that's something which really could swing it, I think.
But it'd be a risk.
It wouldn't be a risk. It'd be a risk me getting a job, not you getting a job.
Yeah.
The move to Australia could mean security for Claire, but uncertainty for Rob, and another risk for them to take. How will they vote?
So we both had our work experience today, and now it's time to vote.
So, what have you voted for that then?
Just because today was amazing. It's the type of nursing that I want to do. I want to look after residents, and I want to spend time with them and really care for them, and I want them to enjoy being in my company as well. And today I got a tiny brief little bit of seeing that, and it would just be amazing.
Kind of expected that, to be honest.
I expected yours.
Well, that's it. I love my job. I think, you know, I could do the same job over here, possibly, given time. But obviously, if I went with the rural fire service initially, I wouldn't be getting paid for it, and that's no good for us. We need the money to pay a bigger mortgage or higher rent or whatever it may be.
It's a mixed result for the Greens. Claire's found her dream job, but it may come at the cost of Rob's career, making the risk they face even bigger. However, none of this will matter if they can't get a decent price from selling their UK home. Rob and Claire bought their house in 2010 for £160,000. But what do two local estate agents think it's worth?
It's a really generous living space, lounge, dining area, and added value with a conservatory overlooking the gardens.
The fact that the lounge and the dining room are open plan means it's wonderful for family living, a bright, airy room which has many attractive selling features.
I like him, he sells it better.
This is a very bright room as well, being to the rear, which seems to be a feature of the house.
It's been really well landscaped, great patio area, easy to maintain, really smart garden.
Nice double room with a fitted mirrored wardrobe and combed ceiling.
Oh, it looks really small.
Front aspect to the property. Very well presented.
This is a great nursery room, isn't it? It's lovely, yeah. But fine for the 4th bedroom.
A super room with a super view. Wonderful. The room's very bright. This is a real strong part of the home.
It's a really nice, well-presented 4-bed detached villa, good order throughout, nice condition. I would value the property at £160,000.
Mm-hmm. The house is very well presented in a modern estate with wonderful views to the rear. To sell the property just now, I would suggest an asking price of offers over £150,000.
That's quite a drop, considering a year. I don't think I would sell it for that price.
No.
Because I really love my house.
Yeah,
That's the thing.
We couldn't afford something anywhere near that size over here. You know, no way. And if we did, we'd have to work 2 jobs each or something. We'd never see the kids, and this whole thing that we're thinking about, a more relaxed lifestyle, wouldn't be?
That's a shock. And are there more to come? We've prepared a breakdown of the family's expenses to find out if they can live in Australia.
Right.
Okay.
I'll let you do the numbers.
Are we starting with the shopping list?
Yep.
Okay.
£92.85, so...
Well, it's what, 40 quid difference?
Yeah.
And that's not even a full weekly shop.
No.
The food shop in Australia is almost twice as much as the UK. We've also worked out what their mortgage repayments would be should they buy their dream home.
Property 3, £2,484 a month.
Oh, that's insane.
And how much do we pay just now? About 600?
650 or something.
Yeah. Wow. Wow. This is the final comparison.
Okay. So, 2250 times 12 is 27,000.
Okay, so now we're looking at Australia.
The cost of living in Sydney appears to be more expensive. But when Claire and Rob look at their potential wages, will it cover their costs?
Yeah.
I can't believe there's that much difference.
So we'd have £20,000 more a year disposable income if we lived in Australia. But that's because it's based on me earning a salary.
You know, all right, your salary can be pretty certain. We know that you can earn that here. You know there's a demand for nurses here. But my salary, you know, there's no guarantee I'm going to earn that sort of money until I can get a job as a firefighter.
I think we'll take these figures as they are because we can't guess. So let's just go with these figures and make a decision on that.
Maybe we should.
Yeah.
The Greens are not used to taking risks, so are they prepared to take this massive leap of faith? Will they vote with their heads or with their hearts?
So we've done our reality check, looked at our sums, and now we're going to vote.
Australia.
Australia. Fair enough, okay. I mean, I don't know if we're going to be a lot better off by living here. It just depends on jobs and what I can get and what you can get back home and things like that. But on the face of it, it looks like we'd have the same standard of living here.
Yeah.
I think.
And I would be able to get a job that I would love.
Yeah. And I'm sure that we could probably reduce the sort of mortgage payments by renting for a while and things like that.
Yeah.
They still want their dream to come true, but after a night's sleep, Rob is less convinced the move could work for the whole family.
Having reflected a bit and looked at the figures again a bit more closely, there's quite a few things that aren't there that need to be added in. You know, childcare costs, they're going to be pretty high, I would think, if we're both working full time. One of the main reasons for thinking about moving here was for the kids and to give them a better standard of living. And I don't know if myself and Chloe working more hours and not spending as much time with them would give them a better standard of living.
With the figures still spinning in their heads, the Greens are caught between what kind of life Australia can offer them and at what price. Finding out if Oz can deliver the lifestyle they dream of could be a big step towards them making up their mind. The Greens have had a lot to think about, and a taste of the benefits of living in Oz would be very welcome, so they're spending the day outdoors, starting with a picnic. And it's not long before they meet a familiar face in Alex from the Rural Fire Service. If they were to make the move, it's important for all the family to replace the social life they'd be leaving behind.
Yeah, there's lots of things to do around here. We've got a few really nice pubs along the water, so that's always a good place to sort of meet everyone on a Saturday afternoon or a Friday afternoon if it's nice and warm. So.
Which would be every Friday and Saturday afternoon then.
I can't sell it to you like that. No, it does rain. It does rain here sometimes.
They're soon joined by more friendly faces who can offer some useful advice.
Yeah. So what about childcare around here?
It's a bit harder to find because there's a lot of working mums.
Yeah.
But in saying that, if you put your child's name down early, you find positions.
Mum and Dad have met some new friends. How have the kids got on?
I don't think I'd have that much trouble making friends, but although it can be scary moving to even a new school, moving to Australia, that would be pretty big.
I don't think I'd have trouble making friends. I'll have enough to play with and everything. Yeah, well, really miss my friends down in Scotland.
Today has helped answer some of Rob and Claire's worries, but they've only dipped their toes in the water, so the next stop is back at the Pittwater estuary.
We're just about here on the map.
You think so?
Yeah.
So how do we get home?
It's that way.
It's hard to tell who's having more fun, the little kids or the big kids.
It's really good, wasn't it?
I really enjoyed that.
It was fun. Nice to do something in the sun.
It is. Nice to not have to wear a wetsuit to go and do it as well.
I could definitely get used to this. Same here.
It's just the day they wanted, but has a taste of the Aussie lifestyle done enough to win everyone's vote?
We've done some Australian activities today, and now we're going to vote.
Australia.
In the middle.
In the middle?
In the middle.
Why?
Why are you in the middle? It's just I like the activity here, but I would like to do it with the rest of the family as well.
Oh.
Oh, it's Australia.
Yeah?
Definitely.
Why?
If we were back home, we would do this on a really sunny day, but we would have to plan it, but we couldn't.
You just do this every day whenever you feel like it, couldn't you?
Yeah.
Australia for you as well?
Yeah, I just think there's no comparison.
No.
Being able to do whatever you want to do in the sun, you know, it's totally different.
If Beard says to the girls back home, let's go kayaking, they'd be like, no, I don't want to.
It'll be cold.
I want to watch TV, I want to stay in the house.
Yeah, that's at the middle of winter, and this is what it's like.
I know.
No comparison.
During the week, the Greens have dealt with their fair share of financial surprises, but there's one cost they've yet to face, and that's the emotional one, leaving behind their close network of friends and family.
You was quite happy to watch it, girls?
Yeah.
Okay, here we go.
Hello, Rob, Claire, Robin and Mia.
Hi, Rob, Claire, and girls, how you doing?
Hiya, Claire. Hiya, Rob. If they went,
we'd miss them all.
I miss the kids.
You miss them coming round?
I miss the kids. I miss Claire and Robbie as well, but I will miss the kids.
You want them
personally, I want them to come home.
But you want all your family?
I want all my family, of course I do.
All the guys on the shift are missing you, Rob, and we all hope that you make the right decision. We're all 100% behind you, and if you do decide to come back, you'll be welcomed with open arms, but if you do decide to stay down in Australia, we'll all be looking forward to the invitations.
I was devastated when he left Liverpool to come to Scotland, so for him to go to Australia would be another huge piece of my heart going. Yeah.
I know it's going to be a big decision for you, but make a decision what you want to do.
Think of yourselves. As for your family, we can come out and see you.
You can come and see us every second year.
I wouldn't want to stand in your way, but I really hope you decide to stay here.
Rob, Claire, we know you're really thinking about going to Australia, but it is a massive decision to make. You've got to really think properly about it. You've got to weigh up all the cons and pros. It might be a better life out there for you, but you've got all your family at home, and we'll miss you really bad. We'll miss the kids more than ever.
We know Australia has a fantastic lifestyle. There's so many opportunities for Robin and Mia, but you do have a good family network around you, and nothing can buy that. We'll miss you.
Do you think that makes a difference to you, Mia? Seeing all them, what they're saying? Yeah, why?
Just does.
It just does.
What about you?
No, it did. It hit home a bit more, actually, how far away we are. How much people probably, would miss us. So you only ever really think about the big things, the sun, the extra money that you might have, the outdoor living and having a barbecue every night and things like that. That's all,
Yeah, no, but the biggest reason we're looking out to move here in the first place was for the kids.
Yeah.
For their future, for them to be able to get their qualifications and to get a job. But weighing it up against everything else, I just don't know what's best for them anymore now.
To take them away from family, would that be doing more damage?
I don't know.
Seeing messages from home has left the Greens feeling more torn than ever. But will they decide the rewards of life down under really could be worth the risk? It's time for them to make their final choice.
We promised each other we wouldn't speak about it, we didn't want to influence each other. I really want to know at that final vote what everybody's real feelings are.
I've got no idea how Claire's going to vote at the moment. It could go either way. And the kids are the same. I think the kids love it here. I think they've really enjoyed their time here and they'd love to stay for a lot longer. But I'm really not sure how they're going to vote in terms of thinking about it forever.
It makes it very difficult to make the choice. I don't know what I'm going to pick. It's a really big decision because I like it over here, but I like it back home as well.
Can the family who don't take risks make that leap of faith and vote for a new life in Australia?
This is us at the end of our week in Australia. We've had an amazing time, we've met loads of lovely people, we've done great activities and we've woke up in the sun every day. So now it's time to vote.
UK. You're a bunch of wimps. You can't all do that.
I never thought you'd pick the UK.
Well,
I did. That's what I guessed.
my granddad always said, measure twice, cut once, and we just don't know enough to make a decision just now.
What about you? I thought you would have picked the UK.
Yeah, I thought so.
Well, I like everything over here, but it's really hard to leave family and friends behind.
Okay.
Okay, what about you? Wimp number 3?
I like Australia, but I like UK, but I don't know which one I like best.
What about you? I thought well, I didn't know what you would say.
Well, I don't know what I'm going to say. That's why I love Australia. I've really sort of, started to love it here, but I've got my family, and so I have to be in the middle just now because not one's pulling me enough each way.
After seeing the ups and downs of Sydney life at first hand, the Greens couldn't quite make that leap off the cliff. Instead, they found themselves back where they started. They've been home in Fife now for 2 months, and I've come to find out whether they're finally ready to make that big decision. So you two, what's the next big step for the Green family?
I don't know. I think honestly we just need to get your degree out of the way first and make sure it all goes through okay, and then see where we are.
The thing is, I think with me and Rob, you can never say never. That's the thing. At the moment, we are staying. I would say, staying. Probably about
70%.
Yeah, we're definitely. We're going to be staying.
Hang on, 70% we're definitely staying. Are we staying or are we not staying?
At the moment, we're staying.
At the moment, we're staying.
So, if I just happen to have some visa papers here, in a year's time, will they be gathering dust?
I don't know.
I really don't know.
It could really go either way, couldn't it? I think.
Yeah. At the moment, they'll be sitting on a shelf gathering dust. But if in 6 months to a year's time I still don't have a job, that would completely change.
Shall I leave them with you?
Yeah, leave them with us, and they might be filled out.
You're not exactly grabbing them out of my hand, are you?
No.
I think that might be the answer.
It's too big a risk, this one, I think.
Everything we've done has always been measured and would make sense, and the risks are minimal. It's the way we've always been, and to take this big risk just now, I don't know whether we can, or whether we could.
And you don't think in 15 years' time there'll be any regrets?
Oh, I never have any regrets.
No, no regrets.
That's a great way to live your life. Having left Australia pretty undecided, now they're back and had time to think things through. It seems for the Green family, Scotland is the right home for them. For the moment, anyway.
From Surrey to Shropshire, Homes Under the Hammer coming next on BBC One. And later tonight, back with his old sparring partner for the first time in 15 years, the one Griff Rhys-Jones with Mel Smith at 8:30.
Choosing to move your family down under is always a risky decision. But would you be prepared to gamble leaving your home, your job and loved ones behind just to find out if the grass is greener on the other side of the world? For Claire Green, Australia offers a chance of a dream job.
There's no job opportunities here just now, so that's why we're looking at going to Australia.
But for the rest of the family, the sacrifices could be huge.
Our life here in the UK is perfect. I couldn't ask for any more.
So will emigrating be a remedy?
I could definitely get used to this. Same here.
Or an emergency waiting to happen?
I like it.
Can they bring themselves to make the toughest choice of their lives?
We don't take risks, but maybe we need to start.
I just don't know what's best for them anymore now.
Australia is the most popular destination for Brits emigrating abroad. They may be tempted by the promise of a better life on the other side of the world, but the reality of leaving behind everything and everyone can turn that dream into a nightmare. The Greens face the choice of a lifetime, whether to swap their lives in Scotland for a new start in Australia. They'll have 1 week to find out if the reality of life in Oz can measure up to their hopes before they make their big decision. After a 48-hour marathon flying over 10,000 miles, the Green family finally touched down in Australia, tired but excited.
Trip was great, flights were fantastic. It's a long time because obviously we had to start off on 2 days ago nearly to travel down here on the train and then get 2 planes. I can't wait to just get out and see a bit of Australia and see what it's like.
Ahead is a week that could decide their future, whether here or back home in Fife, Scotland. Firefighter Rob Green and his wife Claire share a happy home with their children, 11-year-old Robin and Mia, who's 7.
I mean, I've got to say, our life here in the UK is perfect. I couldn't ask for any more. You know, nice house, I've got a job that I love. Claire's just about qualified to be a nurse and get a degree, which is amazing.
But for Claire, the future isn't so bright.
Yay! I'm studying for a degree in nursing, but unfortunately, in the climate we're at just now in Scotland, there's not going to be a job for me at the end of it. So.
Claire's hoping to begin a new career in Australia, but for Rob, that could mean the end of a job he loves.
I love it. I love coming to work. The guys that I work with are fantastic. If we do go to Australia, this is what I'd have to give up. You can't be a firefighter in Australia by transferring in. You have to be a permanent resident first, and you have to go through the application process and essentially go right back to the start.
But they both want to find out if Australia could provide the whole family with a better future.
The reason that we're thinking about going to Australia, and the only reason mainly, is for job prospects, not just for myself but obviously for the children when they grow up.
If I can give them a better opportunity than they can have in this country, it's my duty to try and help them on their way and at least have a look and see if there's a possibility.
They know that leaving won't come easy for anyone, but especially for Claire.
Within a mile radius, we've got Claire's mum and dad, we've got brothers, sisters, nieces, nephews, aunties, uncles, and obviously friends as well, all within, you know, a 5-minute walk, literally.
Even though he's really close to my family now, it's me that's going to be leaving my family.
I think that would be the single hardest thing that we'd have to deal with.
Ahead is the biggest test the family will ever face, and both Rob and Claire know what's at stake.
We don't do risk. We just don't.